Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Shasira, and in today's video I'm going to be doing my foundation routine. As you can see, I'm very close to you guys and I'm sorry for that, but I'm going to do the foundation routine. And initially I was actually going to do this eye makeup that I have on as a tutorial, but the camera wasn't working. Like, not the camera, but the footage, I didn't like how it was coming out. Then I realized there was no footage because the camera wasn't even recording. I know, I am so stupid. But I was like, you know what, I'm not going to let this go to waste. I'm just going to do a foundation routine because I've noticed that I haven't done one on my channel yet, which is kind of ridiculous, and this is what my channel is all about, makeup. So how the hell don't I have a foundation routine? But whatever, besides the point. So I'm going to go right into foundation. I will be filming this look, I promise I will. But of course my camera wasn't working. I just didn't like how anything was coming out, so I will record it at another time, but for now we're going to do the foundation. So I'm going to start off by priming my face, and I'm going to be using the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm, and it looks like this. And I'm just going to put that all over my face. I guess some on my hands. A lot of people that I know don't use primers before they put the foundation, and that is the worst thing they can do, because primer is not only to make your face, your makeup last longer, but it's also to protect your face from all the foundation ingredients, as you know what I mean. So if you want your foundation to last longer, of course use a primer, and also it protects your face from all that layering of foundation and powders and stuff. So make sure you use a primer before you use your foundation. And this is actually how I said the Men's Sensitive Post Shave Balm, which smells really good. It smells manly. There are a lot of things out there that honestly you don't have to go to Sephora or MAC to buy a primer. You can use anything from like a moisturizing lotion as a primer, because I used to use a moisturizing lotion and I honestly love how it came out, but I wanted to try something new. I'm using the Maybelline baby skin primer, I think it was called. I didn't like that one at all. I also use this sometimes, which I'm actually going to spray right now, the Badescu Skin Care Facial Spray. I absolutely love this, and it is like a facial thing, but you can use it as a primer as well. And I'm doing it right now. Too much. I really like how that one smells. But the reason why I put two of them is because this one contains a lot of good, like, a lot of good ingredients for your face. Like, it has aloe, where is it? It has aloe, herbs, and rose water, which they're really good for the skin. So you can see I am breaking out right here, which is pissing me off. And I have some around my nose area. So make sure you prime your face, okay? Make sure you prime your face. Sometimes I don't put primer on, and I can see the difference in how my foundation or my makeup in general is coming out. So primer is a really big thing, and if you don't want to go and spend $30 on a primer in Sephora or whatever, invest in the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm, which another fellow YouTuber actually mentioned it, which is Nikki Tutorials. Of course, you probably know her already, but this is really good. I really like it. So moving on, I'm actually going to color correct, and the reason why you color correct is to cancel out any like redness or darkness on your face. And I'm going to be using the GIRL Pro Conceal in the color orange. Looks like this. And honestly, I don't have a lot of dark spots, but I do have a lot of red spots, and I don't even cancel those out for some reason. And I only put a little bit because I hate dealing with this orange. Not that I hate dealing with it. I'm putting some on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to get some with my finger, and I'm just going to put it around all these spots. So I just blend as I go. And as you can see, I don't put much because I don't want my face to look crazy either. I have a couple of freckles around my face. It's like a hereditary thing. My grandmother has like freckles all over her body. But I don't cancel those out because they're freckles, whatever. But then I have like blemishes, well, marks from blemishes or whatever. So I do try to cancel those out. And as you can see, it looks pretty orange. But don't worry, as soon as we blend this out, it will be perfectly fine. Like right here, you see I have blemishes as well, well, dark spots. I just put a little bit of this on, and you might be like, I don't really see a difference. But when you put the foundation on, you'll see a little bit more of a difference. You won't see them as crazy as you do now. And the reason why you put an orange corrector, or they have pink ones and green ones or whatever, the green one is more to cover redness, which I need to get because I get a lot of redness, especially around my nose area and like around here. This one is to cover up more like dark circles. But you have to be very careful when you use those type of things, just because you might not know how to blend it out nicely. It might look kind of crazy if you don't know how to blend it out. So you need to be very, very careful. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to, honestly. I used to never do it, and it still came out pretty flawless. I didn't really have a problem with it, my foundation routine, but I just do it sometimes, honestly, just because, well, why not? Alright, so now that I did that, where's my cap? I hate leaving these open because if I don't close them right away, then they're gonna dry out. And I always forget to close my stuff. I know it's a really bad habit, but I need to get into the habit of closing them, because if not, they're gonna dry out. This is gonna be a very long video. Well, I hope to cut it down a lot, because I am going to explain everything, like why I do it and why you should use it as well. So I'm going to go right into foundation, and I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which I absolutely have been loving. This is in the color light beige. And it has a little pump, which I really, really love. I love this foundation because it gives such a natural finish. A lot of foundations, which a lot of people don't know, some of them can break you out just because of the ingredients in them. Also, some of them don't look as nice as they should. Like, I really like my MAC, but honestly, I don't really like the finish to it. Like, not that I don't like it, but I prefer going to the Born This Way after I got it. I also like the Maybelline Better Skin foundation because it does give such a nice coverage, and it does look like your skin. So honestly, those are my two favorites, the drugstore and high-end, which is really good. If you don't want to spend too much, go to the Maybelline Better Skin foundation. But this is like my all-time favorite. I absolutely love this. And I'm just going to put this in the back of my hand. Pump like 3. And what a lot of people don't know, you're supposed to shake the bottle, and then you're supposed to like go like this on the back of your hand, just so the foundation it's like well mixed and doesn't look crazy when you apply it. Then I get a damped beauty blender. Well, this is not a beauty blender, this is the Real Techniques Miracle Sponge. I don't remember the name, but this is the Real Techniques sponge, which I have been loving as much as the beauty blender. Alright, so I'm just going to start off by just pouncing it on my face. And I always start in the middle of the face, and I never noticed why, but I have recently just found out why I do it. The reason why I start in the middle of my face is because I can see if I like how much coverage I have on the face. I go underneath my eyes, and I usually stop right there and go down, and then I keep pouncing it on the face. I pounce it, and I don't go like hard on my face because then it just makes the foundation look hideous. I honestly have a really light hand, and my hair, I hate this part. So I just go like this, pounce it on my face, make sure I get all the areas. The thing that I like about this foundation, you don't really have to work as fast as other foundations, especially matte foundations. That's the one thing I hate about foundations. I'm going to just work it at my time and my pace, because I want to make sure that everything is covered. I don't want to look crazy with with something that looks like a mask. Even though this color honestly matches my neck pretty well, I still want to make sure I blend it out. And this is the problem that I see that a lot of people do. You don't have to blend it out all the way down, because what it does, if you blend it down, or if you blend it all the way down to your neck, when you wear a shirt, you're gonna have foundation all over the shirt. So you make sure you blend it down enough that it would blend with your neck, but not all the way down that you would mess up whatever you're wearing. I really hope that helps, because I've seen so many people do that and then it looks so hideous. And just blend that. And also another thing you have to consider is you have to blend, but you also have to like blend it into your hairline. Blend it into your hairline, because your scalp and your face are not the same. Well, they're not the same color, honestly, because my face is like kind of dark here, and then my scalp is really, really light. So you want to make sure you blend it out so you don't look like you have a mask on, as how I said before. Make sure you blend it out nicely. And another thing you have to put, as you can see, my ear looks pretty red. My foundation is pretty more yellowy tone. you want to make sure you put some on your ear as well, because you don't want to look crazy. Unless you have your hair down, then whatever. Like, I have my hair down, so I'm not really going to worry about that. But make sure you blend it out to your ear. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did on this side, I'm going to do on the other side. The forehead is the last thing I worry about, just because it's like I make sure the rest of my face looks pretty well, because honestly, the main thing for me is my neck and my face to match. So as you can see, I blended down as much as I could, just so my face and my neck can match. Then I worry about my forehead, and I make sure, I already did my eyebrows and my eyes, so I make sure not to like mess that up. I make sure to blend it into the scalp. So, oops, I put too much. It's okay. You blend it in towards the scalp, but not like, you're not gonna blend like you're gonna go like this. You're going to blend it in and stop, blend it in and stop, blend it in and stop. So we're moving on to concealer, and I'm going to be using two concealers. I'm going to be using the Pure Beige from LA Girl, and we're going to be using the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline, and this is the color neutral. The reason why I use these two is because one is darker than the other. I don't know if you guys can tell. One is darker than the other, and I honestly don't like such a strong highlight. A lot of people do, and I don't blame them for it. It looks pretty awesome on everybody, but I like to blend these two just because I don't like a strong highlight. So you're going to just bring the concealer down into a triangular form, and the way that I do it is, a lot of people go crazy and they go all the way up, and that's because they have more of a slimmer face. I have a pretty round face, so I don't like to bring it all the way there, so I just stop right here. I used to do that, and I used to notice that my face would look pretty ridiculous and humongous. So I just put a little bit of that LA Girl Pro Conceal. I'm going to put some on the middle of my nose, just to straighten out the nose. And I'm pretty bad at that, but you could fix that really well. And I'm going to put some right here. I have a pretty big forehead, so I don't bring it up that much. But if you have a small forehead, you just bring it up just a tiny bit. You could bring it up a lot more. What was I gonna say? I honestly bring it all the way down, like right here, because I get a lot of redness around my nose. And I put some around here, and I'm going to put some right here just because I can see a little bit of orange. So if you color corrected and you still have orange, that is what you want to do. You want to put some concealer on top of it, just a little bit. So I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I'm going to just do the same thing I did with the Pure Beige. I'm going to do with this one. Alright, and now we're going to blend with the same sponge that we used for the foundation. And make sure you blend this well, because I watch Love and Hip Hop, and I don't know how these people get paid for doing makeup. I'm not a professional makeup artist at all, but when they do their concealer, you can see that the concealer stops like right here, like right there. Their highlights stops right there. It looks so ugly when people don't know how to like contour properly, because you can notice that you didn't do it right. So make sure you blend out nicely. Okay, so now that I'm done with this part, I'm actually going to bake. And what we call baking is when you get a lot of like loose powder and you let it sit wherever you place it. And the reason why you bake is not only to mattify, I don't want to say mattify, but to set, and to also kind of brighten the face. When you bake, you want is more to like brighten the face, as opposed to just like putting powder over it. So I'm going to just apply some powder underneath my eye, and this is honestly the only place where I bake, so I'm just going to do that. I don't put it anywhere else, just because. Maybe I'll put some here, but that's about it. And then I'm going to get a big brush, and I'm actually going to get the powder and just set everything. I'll just set everything, and I'm using the Airspun loose powder, which I use in like every other tutorial. It is so inexpensive, and it is such a great powder to use to set your makeup. And while that bakes, we're going to just bronze and contour the face. And what I use for that is I use my MAC matte bronze, which looks like this. And then I use this to bronze the face up, and then I use my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. So, and I also bronze the face right at the chin, just to bring the whole look together. So you just right in the middle, that's it. And then we're going to go and contour the face. And to contour the face, I'm going to just mix all these 3 shades. That's what I do in every, like literally I don't have time to be picking out what shade I want. So I get a big fan brush, which this might sound weird. I get a big fan brush. I just swipe back and forth, and then just a little bit off, and then I just literally go right in the cheekbone area, and I just go. You see that? Make sure you bring it up a little bit because you don't want it to just stop right there, because then you're gonna look crazy. So just do the same thing to the other side. And the reason why I use a big fan brush is because I find it easier to just get right in there. And now we're just gonna dust all that bakish off. So not only did this set up the eyes, but it brightened it a little more, and it mattified it enough. So we're almost done, guys. I almost forgot to put some blush and some highlight. And for today, I'm going to be using the Wild and Radiant by BH Cosmetics. It's like a highlight quad. It looks like this. It's good for all skin tones. And I'm just going to get a little, where's that? I'm going to get the the blush brush from e.l.f. And I'm going to be mixing these 2 colors right here. And I'm just going to get that and just mix. I don't know if you guys can see that. Honestly, I personally don't like blush. I use it sometimes, not all the times whenever I'm in the mood for it. But I personally don't like blush, so I'm not going to put blush. But the final and like most important step of this whole thing is setting your makeup. I see a lot of people, they set their makeup with powder, loose powder, whatever it might be, and then their face looks absolutely powdery and ridiculous and ugly and nasty, and you don't look like a cake face. So you have to set your makeup. The reason why you use a setting spray or any type of mist or whatever you want to use, you can use this, the Badescu spray, which I use as a primer, I use as a setting spray, whatever, I use it to hydrate my face. Or you can use the Urban Decay all-nighter makeup setting spray, because the reason why you want to set your makeup is when all that liquid like goes into your skin, the makeup would turn into like your face. Basically, it looks like it's your own skin. It makes the powder look more like your skin. It doesn't make the powder stay on top of your face and look cakey as hell. So make sure you set your makeup. That is the main thing. A lot of people don't believe in that, but you have to set your makeup with any type of spray you can think of. Anything, I don't care what it is, just make sure you spray your face. Well, I care what it is. Make sure you use like a mist or a setting spray, whatever it might be. So you set your makeup, and I'm using the Urban Decay setting spray, and I'm just going to put my hair back and I'm going to set. And I put a lot. Yes, I put a lot. I want to make sure my face doesn't look cakey as hell. I think that is the ugliest thing in the world. And I'm just going to put a little bit of the Badescu just because it smells good. That's how important setting your makeup is. You need to make sure you set your makeup. Please make sure you set your makeup. And honestly, this is it for the whole video. And I'm sorry if my hair is looking kind of crazy right now. It's not cooperating with me today, but it's absolutely fine. So this is the final look, or the whole foundation routine. I really hope you guys enjoy it. I did go very in deep with, not very deep, very in deep. I went very in depth with why I use the stuff I use and why you should use it as well. There's a reason behind all the makeup madness and why it takes so long. Is to make sure that it looks as natural as possible. You don't want your makeup to look crazy and cakey and ugly and not like is your own skin. Yes, everybody knows you're wearing makeup, but it doesn't look ugly. It looks more natural. It doesn't look so fake. So make sure that you set your face, prime your face, make sure you apply your foundation nicely and blend it out nicely. If you have to take all the time in the world, take all the time in the world to do that, and take your time, people, please, because you don't want your makeup to look crazy and you don't want to be the center of attention or like the center of a joke. Trust me, it does not look nice. And one thing I highly recommend is to practice a lot. I am not a professional at makeup. I practice a lot, honestly. I look at a lot of YouTube videos. I look at a lot of YouTubers like Jaclyn Hill, Desi Perkins, Luster Lux, Nikki Tutorials. Anybody you can think of, I watch them. But the reason why I like makeup so much is because you can create anything you want and it's all your own thing. It's your, like, it's authentic. It's not like anybody else's. Well, it can be, but you can create your own thing. But make sure you do it properly because you don't want it to look crazy. Trust me, even if it's your own thing, your creative mind, you don't want your creative mind to look crazy as hell. Unless you really like that, then that's all you. But make sure you do what you have to do. I know a lot of people that are getting into makeup now and they're like, how do you do it, Jasira? Well, I literally research everything I put on my face, especially if you have like prone like acne. Like, make sure you research everything you put on your face. I don't care how much you like makeup. You need to make sure you research everything that goes onto your face, because if you don't have a nice clean face, then you'll have horrible makeup on no matter what you do to it. The makeup is still gonna apply ugly. Like you see right here, I have this pimple and you can still see it through the makeup, which I know it's a living hell out of me, but what can I do, right? Yes, you're going to break out if you have perfect skin, or if you don't. Yes, we all do break out, but make sure you take care of your skin as much as possible, because if you want to play with makeup, you need to make sure the skin looks beautiful. I think that's all I have to say for this video. I really hope I touched everything. I really hope you guys enjoy this like more in-depth tutorial of how I do my makeup, or my makeup routine, or whatever you want to call it. I will be filming this eye look. If you guys like it, please comment in the comments below. Make sure you tell me if you like the eye makeup, or you like the foundation routine, or whatever you might want me to talk about next. How I said, I'm not a professional like makeup artist, but I do practice a lot on myself. I even practice on my friends, my cousins, my mom. I like to do it for the fun of it, not because I want to go and charge. Maybe one day I will do that, but I really enjoy doing makeup, and all these tips I have been saying for the last like 30 minutes is to make sure, well, not 30 minutes, but you know what I mean. All these tips that I have been saying for the last couple of minutes is to make sure that you guys understand that the reason why we use all these products is so makeup looks as skin-like and as natural as possible. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, it would really help. Please subscribe, and I love you guys. Stay positive, stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.